Good morning, children. In the last class, we completed our discussion related with electric potential energy. Electric potential energy of a single charge, that means a point charge, and electric potential energy of a group of charges and a system of n point charges. And then finally we discussed about the expression for electric potential energy of a dipole in a uniform electric field itself. So in the next part of this chapter, we want to discuss about which are the properties shown by a conductor which is placed in an external electric field. The electrostatic properties shown by a conductor in an electric field itself. So first of all, what is a conductor? What is a conductor? What is a conductor? A metallic conductor. A conductor means we know that a conductor is the material which conduct electricity. Here we are discussing about the electrostatic properties. So what is a conductor means actually conductor is the material which can conduct electricity. So as in the cases of a metallic conductor, what is the difference between insulator and that of a conductor? A conductor means it can conduct electricity, but as in the cases of an insulator, that one does not conduct what? Electricity. So as in the cases of conductor, in a conductor there are the presence of number of free electrons are there. Metallic conductors. In a metallic conductor, there are the presence of number of free electrons. How? That is, you people studied about the properties. That is, when we are discussing about the atoms and all, as in the cases of this metallic conductor, the outermost electron, which is known as what? The valence electron. The electron which is present in the outermost shell of an atom, that is actually known as what? The valence electron itself. So as in the cases of this metallic conductor, that electron which is present in the outermost shell of that atom, that means the valence electrons are free. And they are loosely bounded with the nucleus. They are not tightly bounded, they are loosely bounded with the nucleus itself. So that electrons are free to conduct. That electrons are free to conduct, but that electrons can't leave the atom, or that electrons can't leave the atom, or that electrons can't leave that material. Whenever we are considering a metallic conductor, means there are the presence of number of free electrons are there, which means that that electrons can move freely, but that one can't leave that metallic conductor itself. But whenever we are keeping this conductor in an external electric field, that free electrons can move in a direction opposite to that of that external electric field. What happened? Whenever we are keeping a metallic conductor in the presence of an external electric field, that free electrons can drift, or that free electrons can move. We are using that electrons are actually get drifted from its equilibrium position, or that electrons are get drifted in which direction? In a direction opposite to that of the applied electric field itself. So that is actually the property of a conductor. A conductor means in a conductor there are the presence of number of free electrons are there. That free electron means that free electrons can move within that material, but that one can't leave. That electrons are free to move. Such a type of electrons are said to be free electrons itself. So when we are keeping that conductor in the presence of an external electric field, that free electrons which are ready to move is get drifted in which direction? In a direction opposite to that of the direction of the applied electric field itself. Okay. So next we want to study about which are the properties shown by this conductor, that means a metallic conductor, when it is placed in a uniform electric field. That is the electrostatic properties shown by a conductor in the presence of an external electric field. So which are the properties shown by this conductor placed in a uniform electric field? There are 5 or 6 properties out there. So the first property is the net electric field inside to a metallic conductor is 0. Which is the first property? The net electric field inside to a metallic conductor is 0 when it is placed in an external electric field. So suppose we are considering a region in which the electric field is existing. So we can represent that electric field with the help of a straight line with an arrow, which means that the electric field is acting along this direction. So electric field is acting along this direction means we studied the property of electric field lines. If an electric field lines is showing like this, means it is starting from a positive charge and it is ending over a negative. So this side it is positive, electric field actually positive, and here it is negative itself. And in this electric field, suppose you placed a metallic conductor. In a metallic conductor, suppose you placed in this electric field, means this is the applied electric field, which is actually known as E external, the external electric field itself. And if you place a metallic conductor in the presence of an external electric field, what will happen means, in this metallic conductor, there are the presence of number of free electrons are there, and that free electrons will be leave the atoms which is ready to move for the process of which is ready to move. That means that free electrons will be get drifted in a direction opposite to that of the direction of applied electric field. Why? Because this is the direction of applied electric field. So electric field, it is acting along this direction, means this region there is a positive, and in this region that is negative itself. Therefore, the free electron which is present in this metallic conductor will be get drifted towards positive part. Therefore, here it become negative charge accumulation, and here there become a positive charge accumulation. So here if it is negative and here if it is positive, again there is the presence of what? There is an electric field inside this conductor, and that electric field is actually induced by the external electric field. That electric field is induced in that material. That was not already existing there. When you place that metallic conductor in the presence of this external electric field, what happened? That is, you get induced. So that electric field which is induced there, that is said to be what? That is said to be the induced electric field itself. Therefore, here you can write the electric field inside this one, that is said to be induced. That is not originally existing. That is induced there because of the presence of drift of that electrons. So here it is positive and here it is negative, means there is a presence of an electric field inside that material, and that electric field is acting from where to where? From positive to negative. Therefore, this electric field is known as induced electric field, E induced. And when a conductor is placed in a uniform external electric field, this drift of the electron and the process of making of that induced electric field is continuing until the external electric field magnitude become equal to what? The induced electric field value. That is, at a stage what happened? E external become equal to the induced electric field, and look at the direction. E external is acting along this direction and induced electric field is acting in the opposite direction. Therefore, the net electric field become how much? The net electric field become equal to 0 itself. Understood? That is the first property. The electrostatic property is shown by the conductor. The first property, it is the net electric field inside to a conductor which is placed in a uniform electric field is how much? That is equal to 0. Okay? And the second property, just outside the surface of a conductor, the direction of the electric field is always normal to its surface. Which is the second property, just outside to the surface of a conductor. What is the direction of electric field? The direction of electric field is just normal to that given surface itself. That is, suppose we are choosing a given point here. If the electric field is not normal, we discussed this one in the previous cases. If the electric field is not normal like this, what will happen? This electric field will have two components, one become normal and the other one become tangential to the surface. And this tangential component will causes the free electrons in this conductor to move. Electric field is there, means we know that when a charge is there in the presence of an electric field, that charge will experience as a force F is equal to QE. So, if there is any component of electric field will be there which is acting tangential to the surface, because of this electric field, these electrons will, free electrons in the conductor will experience as a force, and that electrons will be get drifted from its position, and that may causes a current over its equation. But here we are discussing about which condition? Electrostatic properties shown by electrostatic. Static means what? At rest itself. Which means that there is no any surface current on the through that conductor under static condition. Therefore, that is actually giving support to which concept? That is giving support to the concept that the just outside the surface of a conductor, the direction of the electric field is always normal to it. That is the second property. Okay. The third property is the net charge inside to a conductor is 0. The net charge inside to a surface is 0. Whatever excess charges we are giving to a conductor, that charges will be resides only on its surface. A metallic conductor means we know that inside the metallic conductor the field equal to how much? The field is equal to 0 itself. If the field is equal to 0, we know the flux phi is equal to E dot ds, that is equal to 0. Then according to Gauss theorem, we know that flux phi is equal to E dot ds, that is equal to what? Q by epsilon 0 according to Gauss's law. So here, as in the cases of a metallic conductor, if whatever amount of excess charges we are giving or whatever amount of charges we are giving, that charges will be resides only over its surface. There is no excess charge will be inside this conductor. Why? Because inside this conductor, or we can give a proof for this, inside this conductor electric field is 0. Electric field is 0 means flux phi is equal to E dot ds becomes 0. E dot ds is equal to 0 means what? Q by epsilon 0 equal to 0. Epsilon 0 is a constant, which means that charge is what? Charge is equal to 0 itself. Okay, so that is the third property. The fourth property of a conductor which is placed in a uniform electric field is the potential is constant within and on the surface of a conductor itself. Potential is constant within and on the surface of a conductor itself. That is fine, because so how can you prove that one? Means we know the relation between electric field and potential as E is equal to what? E is equal to minus dV by dr. And we know that as in the case of a conductor, inside the conductor electric field is 0. Electric field is 0 means dV divided by dr become equal to 0 itself. The derivative of a function become equal to 0. What is its meaning? If the derivative of a function is equal to 0 means this is not a variable. That means that function is a constant. Here, which is that function? Potential. P stands for potential. Therefore, the potential remains constant. Which means that is the fourth property of a conductor. That is, the potential remains constant throughout the surface and also inside to the conductor itself. Okay, that is fourth property. Next we can discuss about the fifth property of a conductor, that is, which is placed in a uniform electric field. Electrostatic properties of a conductor which is placed in a uniform electric field itself. So the next property it is the electric field density. Electric field at a given point of a conductor is actually directly proportional to its surface charge density itself. Electric field at a given point is directly proportional to what? The surface charge density, and then it is normal to that surface. So we can consider for a proof for that one, we can consider an irregular conductor. This is a conductor but irregular in shape. And then we know that the charges will be, conductor means the charges will be resides on its surface like this. And then we can consider a cylindrical Gaussian surface, a small cylindrical Gaussian surface of a height equal to thickness of that conductor, and it is extended to outward also. A small portion it is extended to outward. And whenever we are considering a given point here, the electric field will be normal to that given point, because we know that the direction of the electric field is actually normal to that given surface itself. So the electric field is actually acting normal to this surface like this. And according to the Gauss's theorem, the flux phi means that is equal to E dot delta S. Suppose this is the surface area of the Gaussian surface, which one encloses the charges which is present here. This is a conductor. Therefore, at this surface area delta S, that one encloses some charge, and the electric field at that point, it is actually normal to that given surface itself. Therefore, we can write the expression for the flux as phi is equal to E dot delta S. And that is equal to how much? That is equal to Q by epsilon 0. E dot delta S means actually that is E delta S cos theta, where theta is the angle between electric field and surface area, and electric field is acting along this direction, and delta S is actually normal to it. So the angle theta become 0. So you can write this is E delta S cos 0. Cos 0 is 1. Therefore here it become E delta S, that is equal to Q by epsilon 0. And we know that as in the case of a conductor, the net charge enclosed inside that conductor, that will be equal to 0 itself. And then the outside region also, here whenever you are considering a point outside it, there also the electric field is 0. The electric field is just due to the contribution, means that is just due to the surface itself. So here Q means that is actually because of the surface charge distribution. So if through this, on this conductor, if there is the presence of a surface charge distribution, surface charge density sigma, we can write the expression for Q as Q equal to what? Sigma into area. But here we are considering a small area delta S itself. Therefore Q is equal to sigma delta S. So we can write the expression for flux, that is equal to E delta S. E delta X is equal to Q by epsilon 0. Therefore that is E delta S. Q is equal to sigma delta S divided by epsilon 0 itself. And then delta S and delta S get cancelled. So what is the expression for the electric field at the surface of a charged conductor? That is E equal to sigma by epsilon 0 itself. And what about the direction? That is actually normal to the given surface. So this is the expression for electric field due to a conductor on its surface. That is how much? That is equal to sigma by epsilon 0. And the direction of that electric field is normal to that given surface itself. Usually this one it is asking for 2-mark question, that is in order to show that the electric field on the surface of a charged metallic conductor is actually in magnitude that is equal to sigma by epsilon 0 and normal to that given surface itself. Okay. And the sixth property, it is the electric field is 0 inside to the cavity in a conductor. That is, whenever we are considering a conductor, and then inside that one, whenever you are considering a cavity, and then the electric field within this cavity, that is equal to how much? That electric field is equal to 0 itself. And that phenomenon of making a region which is free from charge and that of free from field is actually known as electrostatic shielding. That property is known as what? That property is actually known as electrostatic shielding. That is, this is actually based on which property of a conductor? That is actually based on the sixth property of the conductor. That is actually what? That is actually whenever we are considering a cavity inside a conductor, that region is actually free from the charge. There will not be any charge inside a cavity in a conductor. And then in this region, the electric field is equal to 0. Okay, that means there is a constant potential only. There is no any potential difference. Field is 0 and that region it is free from charge itself. And that phenomenon of making a region free from the charge, that phenomenon of making a region which is free from the charge, that is actually known as what? That is actually known as, that property is actually known as electrostatic shielding itself. And this electrostatic shielding has so many applications in our daily life, as knowingly or unknowingly we are actually doing that things, that is using this property in our daily life, that is electrostatic shielding. That is why it is saying that because of this property, electrostatic shielding, it is saying that it is safe to sit inside a metallic car. It is safe to sit inside to a car during thunder and lightning than that of standing on a ground, on a plain ground, or that of under a tree itself. That is why, because a car means that we know that is made up of metal and inside that is empty. Therefore, whatever charge it is get discharged during lightning, that charges will be get resides where? That charges will be get resides only over its surface. Okay, therefore there will not be any electric discharge inside to it. That means that is making that region free from the electric field. That means making that region free from electric field, free from charge itself. Therefore, we will not affect that lightning. That is why it is saying it is safe to sit inside to a metallic, that it is safe to sit inside to a car or that of such a type of vehicle during lightning and that of thundering, instead of standing on a ground itself. Okay, so these are actually the properties shown by electrostatic properties shown by a conductor. Is it clear? So now we completed our discussion related with the electrostatic properties shown by a conductor itself. So one of the main basic concept as in the cases of a conductor, it is that whenever we are keeping a conductor in an external electric field, a conductor means there are the presence of number of free electrons are there. So that free electrons will be get drifted in a direction opposite to that of the direction of applied electric field, and that will develop an electric field there, and that electric field is known as what? That electric field is known as the induced electric field itself. And that process of drifting of electron on the surface of the charged conductor will continue until that induced electric field magnitude will be get balanced by the external magnetic field itself. So you can represent that one like this, that is, there is a region in which the electric field it is existing, and suppose you kept a conductor in that one, there is a drifting of electron, this is the direction of external electric field, and there is a drifting of electron. So if the electric field is pointing like this region it is positive, this region it is negative. So as in the case of this conductor, the electron will be get resides here, and the positive charges will be get resides here. So if the external electric field is E0, if we are representing the external electric field is as the electric field as E0, here inside that one develops, or that means that one induces an electric field. That electric field is known as actually induced electric field itself, E of induced. Therefore that is E induced. And the direction of the induced electric field is in a direction opposite to that of the direction of external electric field. So as in the case of a conductor, the magnitude of E0, this process will continue until E0 become equal to E induced. And these two are equal in magnitude opposite in direction. Therefore the net electric field E0 plus E induced, that become equal to how much? That is equivalent to 0, as in the case of what? As in the case of a conductor itself. Okay, and then all the materials are not conductor. We know that there are some material which is actually not conductor. That means there is no presence of free electrons. The electrons are bounded. And such a type of materials are actually known as insulator. Okay, and when you place an insulator in the presence of an external electric field, what will happen? When you place an insulator in the presence of an external electric field, this is external electric field acting along this direction. When you place an insulator in the presence of an external electric field, that one develops an induced electric field inside to it because of the reorientation of the atoms, or reorientation of the electrons presented inside to that material, and that one develops an induced electric field in this case also, but the magnitude of the induced electric field will be less than that of what? Less than that of the applied external electric field, because there the electrons are not free for the process of movement. So in this case, external electric field is acting along that direction, and induced electric field is also is acting in the opposite direction, but the magnitude are not equal. So you can write it that E0 plus E of induced, that become not equal to 0, as in the case of which type of material? As in the cases of insulator. Okay, and then next we want to discuss about what will happen to an insulator material, that means a non-conducting material which is placed in an electric field. And these non-conducting materials are actually known as dielectric material. So when a dielectric material, a non-conducting substance or that of a dielectric material, it is placed in an external electric field, the net field will not be equal to 0. There will be the presence of a net electric field in the direction of the applied electric field itself. That is why, because the magnitude of the induced electric field will be less than that of what? Less than that of the applied electric field here. And as in the cases of this dielectric material, dielectric materials are of two types. Dielectric materials are of two types itself. One category of the dielectric materials are non-polar molecule. They are non-conducting, non-polar molecule. And another one category, it is polar molecule. Dielectrics means dielectrics are the non-conducting material. Dielectrics are non-conducting material or non-conducting substance, and that dielectrics are of two types. One is non-polar molecules, one is made up of non-polar molecules, and another one category, it is polar. So what is meant by non-polar molecules? So non-polar molecules means dielectric materials, two types. First one is non-polar. And what is non-polar molecule? Non-polar molecules are the molecules in which the center of positive charges coincide with that of center of negative charges. That is, in an atom, we know that at the center there are the presence of number of protons and number of neutrons, and around that one there are the presence of the electrons are revolving. And then, as in the cases of this non-polar molecules, the center of mass of positive charges will be coincides with the center of mass of the negative charges. Such a type of molecules are said to be what? That such a type of molecules are said to be non-polar itself. So the center of mass of positive and that of center of mass of negative charges are coincides means there is no separation between positive charge configuration and that of negative charge. Center of mass of positive and center of mass of negative charges, there is no separation. That means its dipole moment become equal to zero. We know that dipole moment is actually the properties shown by the electric dipoles. As in the cases of molecules and all, electric dipoles are there. And electric dipoles means in an atom itself, the center of mass of positive and negative charges are, here it is get coincided. If it is coincided, there is no presence of electric dipole moment. Electric dipole moment is equal to 0. Electric dipole moment is equal to how much? Electric dipole moment is equal to 0 itself. Center of mass of positive and negative coincides. Therefore, electric dipole moment is equal to 0 in the presence, in the absence of an external electric field. Not in the presence, in the absence of an external electric field, the net electric dipole moment is equal to 0. For which type of molecule? Non-polar molecule. For example, water. Not water, H2 and that of CO2. H2 and CO2 are the example for which type of molecules? Non-polar molecule itself. The center of mass of positive and that of negative charges get coincides. Because of that one, there is no net dipole moment. Net dipole moment is equal to 0 in the absence of an external electric field. For example, water and that of carbon dioxide. And then polar molecules are the molecules in which the center of mass of positive charges does not coincide with center of mass of negative charges. There is a separation between the center of mass of positive and center of mass of negative charges. So, if there is a separation, that means there is a dipole moment. Net dipole moment will not be equal to 0. Dipole moment is not equal to 0. The best example, water molecules. Water is polar. Yes or no? It is a polar solvent. If people are studying in chemistry, it is polar in nature. So, that is why the solubility of the water, it is actually due to the polar property. No. So, water is H2O. Therefore, OH and H. O is negative and H is positive. H2O. Therefore, it is positive. Delta positive. A slight positive. And here it is negative. And this is separated. This is actually the bond length. So, here it is acting as a dipole. And here also it is acting as a dipole. This is actually the dipole moment. Polar molecules. Okay, and then that is, as in the cases of the insulator material, that means the non-conducting substances commonly known as the dielectrics. Two types of molecules are there. One is non-polar molecule and the other one it is what? Polar molecules. And non-polar molecules means the center of mass of positive charges coincides with center of mass of negative charges. Therefore, the net dipole moment is equal to 0. Example is the hydrogen and that of carbon dioxide. And then, as in the case of polar molecule, the center of mass of positive charges does not coincide with the center of mass of negative charges. And then, there is net dipole moment. There is a net dipole moment. And the example it is water and that of HCl. HCl is also familiar. HCl. H is positive and Cl it is negative. Okay. So, this is actually two category of dielectrics. That is basics of dielectrics. And Next, we want to study about the electrostatic properties of this dielectric material. That means how can you polarize this dielectric material? The properties shown by dielectric material while placed in the presence of an external electric field itself. So, dielectric materials means two types are there. One is non-polar molecule and the other one it is polar molecule. Alright. So what is non-polar? Non-polar molecules. That is, whenever we are considering a substance which is made up with non-polar molecule, we can represent that one number of atoms are there, and as in the case of each atom, the number of center of mass of positive and negative charges coincides like this. Center of mass of positive and the negative charges coincides like this. In the absence of external electric field, that means external electric field is equal to 0. Center of mass of positive and negative charge coincides. In the absence of external electric field, that means external electric field is equal to 0. So center of mass of positive and negative charges coincides means there is no dipole moment. Dipole moment is equal to 0 in the absence of external electric field itself. But what will happen if you apply an external electric field? This is the direction of external electric field. When you apply an external electric field, what will happen means there comes a change in the orientation of that atoms, and there comes a drift in the position of that center of mass of positive and negative charges. And if this is the direction of electric field, means this region it become positive. Electric field lines are starting from positive and ending over somewhere negative region. Therefore, this region we are considering it is positive region, this is negative region, because the external electric field is acting along this direction. Okay, and then here when you place this dielectric material, when you place in the presence of this external electric field, there comes a drift of the electrons. And what will happen means this is a positive region, therefore the electrons will be get drifted towards this direction, as in the cases of each atom. Negative, positive, negative, center of mass of negative and positive, like this it will come. Whenever you are considering the next one, this is positive, therefore here it become negative. Here also negative, here it become positive. Here also become negative, positive. Negative, positive. Negative, positive, negative, positive, like that it will come. So whenever you are considering the nearest point, this negative, positive charges will be get neutralized. So at the surface, at this region, there is a negative polarity. The electrons are, or the material, it is said to be now get polarized. That is said to be get polarized. There is a drifting. So because of that one, here one end there become negative charges accumulation, and the other end it is positive charge accumulation, and that material it is said to be now polarized itself. Polarization. It is said to be polarized. And that one develops an induced electric field. P0, and there will be a dipole moment also, as in the cases of each atom. So this is as in what it is happening as in the cases of a non-polar molecule. When you place in an external electric field, means that will be get polarized, and there is a dipole moment also, and that is about non-polar molecule. And there is another one category which is known as what? Polar molecule. Polar molecules means the center of mass of positive charges does not coincide with center of mass of negative charges in the absence of external electric field also. Center of mass of positive charges does not coincide with center of mass of negative charges. But in the absence of external electric field, each of the atom will be randomly oriented in such a way that the net dipole moment become equal to 0 because of thermal agitation, that means thermal excitation. Okay, as in the cases of polar molecule, in the absence of external electric field, there is no permanent electric dipole moment. Net permanent electric dipole moment of that material will be equal to 0. Each molecule will have a dipole moment, but each atoms or each molecule will be randomly oriented in such a way that the net dipole moment of that material become equal to how much? Net dipole moment of that material become equal to 0 in the absence of external electric field. But when you apply the electric field, again what will happen? When you apply the electric field, then each atom will be get reoriented in such a way that there will be a dipole moment like this, reoriented, and that one develops a surface charges. At this end there is a negative charge accumulation, and at this end there is a positive charge accumulation, which means that when you place a dielectric in the presence of an external electric field, inside this volume there is no charges. The charges are resides only on its surface with the surface charge density either plus or minus sigma. That is, when a dielectric is placed in the presence of an external electric field, they are getting polarized, and there is no charges within the volume. The charges will be resides only on its surface with the surface charge density what? With the surface charge density plus or minus sigma itself. Understood? So that's about the electrostatic properties of conductors and that of insulators. That means dielectrics. This idea we require in the next part of this chapter for discussing about the properties of capacitor in detail. Okay, so read the textbook thoroughly. This part it is very important. 2 more questions usually they are asking from this part. Okay, have a nice day.